So the 13th Amendment, as we all know, we all learned in high school, right, or even earlier, that the 13th Amendment abolished slavery. But the reality is that it never actually quite did that because of the exception clause. In fact, we polled Americans and we found that 88% of Americans do not know that this exception clause exists. And so, a lot of our work has been first focused on that educational point, understanding that there is an exception. How this exception got into our 13th Amendment is so important. And it started with the fact that in 1865, when the 13th Amendment was passed, there was a negotiation with the southern states that had slavery to keep this clause in the 13th Amendment. And it was used after the passage of the 13th Amendment to essentially re-enslave who were formerly freed enslaved Black people through the use of what were called Black codes or laws that only applied to Black people and usually criminalized things like vagrancy. It put people back into the system, and as soon as they could be labeled criminal or accused and convicted of a crime, no matter how small, they could be re-enslaved, sometimes on the very same plantations. And that same process has basically existed all the way until today, where we're talking about people who are incarcerated still being subject to this particular exception clause. And so our work is to finally be able to say that slavery is always wrong. Slavery is wrong in every single circumstance for all people. And it's a basic human right for us to be protected from slavery.